about 2:30 in the morning, dead at night. I just came back from the gym. It's raining cats and fucking dogs out here. But I don't care. You wanna know why? It's end of days season, boys and girls. The biggest season of the AWF calendar. The biggest show of the year where legends are made, dreams are crushed or realized, and stars burn bright, fade away. I've got a pepper history at the end of the days myself. The first one, I was trying to kick the shit out of my best friend's cousin. Second one, I was trying to kick the shit out of my best friend and his cousin. So, you know, I've been around the way. So what does that leave me this end of days? Well, it leaves me in the present. And what's happening right now is the Elimination Chamber. You got guys in these triple threat matches vying for a spot. They're putting their body on the line for what I got. And I respect each and every single one of those men. Clawing to try to get a shot at either me or my fellow world champion Mo Game, because they know that end of days is where the big paychecks come, brother. Now, as the world heavyweight champion, I have to set an example for the locker room. But I can't lie. Kenneth Kilgore has never been known to follow the rules all that well, if you know what I mean. What I mean is, I don't think I want to wait till end of days to find a challenger. Hell, I don't even think I want to wait till Elimination Chamber. See, I don't know if you guys can see my shirt right now. It's got a dog on it. But I'm hungry as all hell. It took me damn near a year to get back to the World Heavyweight Championship. And in that journey, I became the longest ever Renegade champion. And by doing that, I got such a thirst for a battle you wouldn't believe. My God, how do I love stepping in the ring and facing the best that this world, not just this company, this world has to offer. But lucky for me, the best that this world has to offer is in this company. With that being said, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna hunt. And there's a specific gentleman that I've got my eye on. Now, I'm not Drake, so I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm not gonna subtweet. Blitz. Gladiator. You and me have a history. Last time we faced, I was running errand boy for that bitch Tip-tastic for you. Last time we faced, you didn't have your mask on. You weren't the version of you that we see today. You weren't the gladiator per se. The time before that, you were the Jack. So what is it? Is it the Jack? Anywho, I've never got to taste the fists of fury coming from you. I think now I want to know how that feels like. Now you may be looking at me through the screen and saying, Kilgore, you are one stupid son of a bitch, and that might be true. I didn't graduate high school with the highest GPA, but I tell you what I got in high school, a bunch of freaking medals. That should tell you that I'm a hard worker. Then I should also tell you, I'm not scared of anyone or anything. Though I will admit, Blitz, if I were to be scared of any man or anything, it would be you. I'm issuing out the challenge. Whenever, wherever. I'm gonna go to Lynch, I'm gonna go to Rollins, I'm gonna try to make it happen. But I'm gonna not leave these faithful people of the Actionz Wrestling Federation, these fans who work so hard, 9 to 5, pay every single ounce of their dollar to see us perform. I'm not going to leave them without a World Heavyweight Championship match, and I'm not going to leave them without a dream match, because it is a dream match. You can't lie. I know it's tantalizing. I know the world wants to know what happens. What happens when an immovable object meets an irresistible force? But you see, my friend Gladiator, that's not the question. In the great words of one of my idols, Roddy Piper, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the question. So allow me to walk in the shoes, the footsteps of the hot rod, and change the question. It is not what happens when the immovable object meets the irresistible force. Blitz. It's what happens when you realize that Kenneth Kilgore is both. And hopefully that time is sooner rather than later. Or is your masked bitch ass too scared to accept the challenge?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AW. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AWF Warhead Wednesday. My name is Agent A. Beside me
is Agent K. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here for yet another night of phenomenal professional wrestling. Live from Dallas, Texas, home of the Cowboys. We are witnessing what many people call a dream match, in my opinion. Two accomplished amateur wrestlers, now turned professional wrestlers, and Trey Johnson versus Striker Johnson. And Agent A, who is that behind?
That is Kyra Silva. You are seeing that correctly. Kyra Silva, who most people will call from the depths of hell. She's actually from Atlanta, which could be the same thing if you're a person like me. Point is, Trey Johnson and Kyra Silva both hail from the same city, so them teaming, them being, you know, I guess acquaintances, whatever the hell, it's not surprising me. But I don't know if Trey Johnson knows that Silva is a bad luck charm for anybody she is ringside with. Maybe that ATL connection is gonna break the streak. But Trey Johnson, look at him lately. I mean, he is an amateur wrestler, but recently he has been maybe a bit more with the theatrics. He's been using those paychecks a bit more to look some more lavish as he comes to the ring. And here, Striker Johnson, I feel like this is an amateur wrestler's dream, as these two are competing to face another amateur wrestler in the likes of K.O. Kenneth Kilgore, who we saw opening this show with an electrified promo. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But yeah, the point is, this trio of competitors that you'll see between Johnson, Striker, and Trey, funny enough, and going up potentially for Kenneth Kilgore, it's going to be a little fun change of pace from the usual boom pow chaos in the AWF. It's the only way I can put it in real quick terms. As Johnson and Johnson get ready to lock up. What is this? I mean, that's an insurance company right there. As the bell sounds, Trey runs in. Wow, look at that. Striker shoots the ankle lock immediately.
I don't think you're going to find a more even matchup, either in amateur wrestling or professional wrestling for that matter. Both men are wrestling at the 205 heavyweight class in their amateur career. Similar records, both All-Americans. So you're not going to see one man really have the edge over the other, at least in the amateur wrestling regard, as we see.
Lock.
Trey Johnson with a beautiful Kimura lock. Striker Johnson then evading. Trey Johnson, I feel, has had more upside in his career in the Actionz Wrestling Federation, Agent A. Of course, his most notable matchup being a World Championship match with Tip-tastic, the president, the mayor.
And certainly so has held the championship gold in the AWF, something Striker Johnson has yet to do. And Johnson's been here longer as he catches a nice stiff uppercut. And wow, look at that.
Well, I think that Striker Johnson really fell into the pitfall that Trey Johnson seems to be making, as you see a nice armbar, and he snatches the leg as well, being allied with Sean Sonny, of all people.
And still, the enigmatic Violet has those two sprung around crazy. I mean, it's been, I don't know how long, and those two are still hung up with the same damn woman. And here, Johnson is going to grab the other one. Oh my God!
And that is a beautiful back suplex. Hooked the leg on that one for the extra leverage. And Trey Johnson might have just gotten himself the advantage in this one. The striker.
Nice elbow to the face. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match will face Kenneth Kilgore for the Renegade champion this coming AWF Chaos. One show before the Elimination Chamber. And here...
And what a distinction. Not only to face the Renegade Heavyweight Champion, but the World Heavyweight Champion here in the AWF as Striker rests on the top turnbuckle. This does not bode well.
Kyra Silva also opened up that turnbuckle padding. Look at this here.
And a big butterfly suplex.
Falling off from high angles. Newton maybe trying to get closer. Maybe hasn't even seen that damn turnbuckle exposed yet. Johnson laying fist of cuffs to the other one. Striker getting elbow to hell. Thrown in the corner. And now, oh my. Whipped right against the turnbuckle.
But I think the referee is trying to pay attention to all the action. We know both men don't work by the hour.
And here,
you know, they teach you that amateur wrestling philosophy. Strike hard, strike fast, and keep overwhelming your opponent. You know, the one thing about facing a man who is such an accomplished amateur wrestler.
Whoa, Johnson going high. Johnson going.
Oh, and a missed elbow drop. A fatal mistake in this Renegade Championship contender.
Powerbomb! Apron and steel ring post combined. LED ring post combined. What a collision. And Johnson doing a little tug of war. Neither men gaining footing on that exchange.
We are seeing a more aggressive side to Striker Johnson, and I'm loving it.
And up high. Is it going to pay off? He is going to... Oh, no! Striker Johnson down.
Right to the shoulder.
And now it's Trey. Back up high.
Around two.
Whoa! He actually went there again! A coffin drop from one of the world's best amateur wrestlers. You won't see that every day. I mean, really, I guess dodos can fly. As Johnson gets thrown aside on the announce table.
A superbly dangerous maneuver.
Oh, man.
That time, and Trey going to work, but Striker Johnson will not be held down.
Striker Johnson. Whoa.
Oh, there we go. Talk about amateur wrestlers.
An Olympic slam is Striker now. Oh, wait. And Striker Johnson goes for an ankle lock after that.
Ankle lock on the outside. This isn't going to win the matchup.
Forced to tap. Oh, no.
But it's about sending a message.
He ripped the ankle.
And the ankle, like my partner is saying, might be damaged already. All Striker needs to do is get in the ring and apply the hold there.
And K. Striker walking real tenderly. That is a significant slowdown. Striker Johnson in the ring while Trey literally
you usually see Trey Johnson way more explosive than that.
And he goes right back for it.
Once again.
The same leg that he just, the ankle. And Trey able to get some burst of life. But at what cost? The match goes on. He does not even, look at the explosion from Striker.
Clothesline from Striker Johnson.
1, 2, and no. Trey still competing, still swinging, and Newton finally seeing the turnbuckle pad and getting a chance to go at it.
But he is on the ropes, and you mentioned earlier that Kyra Silva is a bad luck charm. I think that fortune might be true by the end of the night.
A shared missed elbow drop, but Trey still cannot rush forward. Ever since those two ankle locks, ever since a tap out, and oh man, over the shoulders, he's able to do it. He's able to muster up one last F5 cover. Is he facing Kenneth Kilgore? 2 and 3 for the win.
And a kick out by Striker Johnson somehow. Trey Johnson powering up his opponent. You saw him walking gingerly on the ankle, but didn't stop him from delivering a hell of a F5.
And now, that might have been the last shot of hope. Johnson, Trey is looking in pain every time he uses a kick. And it might just be instinct, of course. But Johnson fighting his best game right now. Striking both of them. And well, look at
this. A nice airplane spin and a slap across the head.
Got some points for that. had this been a scored matchup, but now Striker is the one to evade the ring, while Trey continues to maybe get just any slither bit of hope.
No score, no timer. The only thing that matters here is the pinfall victory or submission.
And Trey getting the crowd into it. And
whoa, look at Trey Johnson.
Oh! A big drop kick!
The air time on that drop kick.
And he is still...
Oh, look at Kyra Silva now. I don't think Trey Johnson needs or wants that.
And Johnson, Trey...
Oh, here we go.
Trey is able to get Striker into the Kimura lock. Wrap around.
And that's beautiful technique, positioning himself between Striker and the ropes. There's no way for him to go.
And Johnson strike Trey. Trey is wrenching with every bit of life he has left. We already know that his ankle, the right ankle, has already been tendered up and isn't at full capacity. Both men back to their feet, and it's going to be Trey on the defensive. Good evasion.
German suplex there. But now...
Striker! Striker! Intently, smartly using the exposed turnbuckle against Trey.
It backfired on him.
And now these two are going to rain down rights and lefts to one another. Striker. Oh! Whoa! One last flurry from Trey.
And a quartet of kicks from Trey Johnson. Striker.
Back to his feet. Striker Johnson, right hand to...
Here we go.
Oh! Choked! He's going to choke the life out of Trey Johnson!
Body scissors. Trey Johnson's got nowhere to go and he's forced to tap. After a technical clinic, Trey Johnson is forced to submit to the rear naked choke. Look at this.
And Striker Johnson is on his way to compete for his first championship. He has never held title belt gold in the AWF. And this coming chaos, he will face Kenneth Kilgore.
Well, he's a hell of a competitor, and I think the way he wrestled tonight, he deserved every ounce of that shot. But talk about the man he's got to face. Currently a double champion, currently a world champion.
And might have enough tape to study. I mean, literally going back a good decade or so. Kilgore will have some homework to do before his Blitz match. We have more chaos up next. More Warhead Wednesday up next. Welcome back to AWF Warhead Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Agent A. Beside me, Agent K. We return to the action in the War Room, where in Dallas, Texas, we have a lot going on. In the main event, we have some family turmoils boiling up, where Crimson Cobra is going to face his grandson, Mamba Ant, one-on-one for the first time in a Dallas street fight. More on that later, ladies and gentlemen, where we have right now is an Actionz tag. 3 teams are making their way out here. Jesus and Rib-Bas, the Devastators, and Carom, who has gotten himself a new mystery partner. This is in contention for the AWF Actionz World Tag titles, currently held by PK and Ricky G. The winners of this match will face the champions at Elimination Chamber.
This big whirlwind of a tag team. You see the 6'8" Viking on the left, and Rib-Bas and Jesus, the scrappy pit bull-like fighter.
I think I called him a chihuahua. Fair enough.
I mean, whatever you want to use, this guy has got fire like I've never seen before. And honestly, they're my favorites in this matchup. I think the momentum that they've had since popping into the scene is undeniable. But if there's anyone who can stop momentum dead in their tracks, it is the Twins of Terror, the Devastators.
And it might be interesting to see Jesus and Rib-Bas going up against the Decepticons, because not that long ago, Blitz was over there giving him mentorship, teaming up against Mamba Ant, TJ, and Kilgore together. However, Jesus and Rib-Bas respectfully declined any further mentorship from the Gladiators, said they would rather compete against him. And, Blitz, I guess with no harsh feelings, is sending out the Devastators back off the leash, and just in time for end of days. We know that the tag titles have eluded these two for nearly 3 years now. If there's anybody in this company who is bleeding despair, bleeding agony, it would be these two, because they have seen literally everybody lap them. And if anybody is feeling some rage, ready to let off, well, I think Blitz knows when the right time is to let these two out. And I'm wondering, just question how long they'll even take orders from him. I know Blitz has an iron fist, but to think you might attribute the Decepticons for being the one that have held these two back, continuing to let them, be active or inactive. And, these guys should not be taking orders from anyone, if you ask me.
Well, I think the thing that the Devastators love the most about being Decepticons is that Blitz lets them run wild. I mean, all Blitz wants them to do is destroy and devastate. I mean, they're called the Devastators. That's what they love to do. That's the only thing they want to do. I think tag team championships might be secondary. They're a prize along the way. What they like to see and hear is the pain of their opponents.
And here...
And for Carom, I think I would like to see that too, in my opinion.
Carom is an international superstar, and that's not something of a shortcoming. We've seen him...
international a-hole.
We are on a Rated M program, right? CNC trees was how we got to know Carom, the learning tree actually first, and we never would have thought that the young apprentice of Chris Jericho at the time would grow to be this enigmatic prick, that's how you can call him again. The ladies in Japan love him. The ladies on the stateside love him. The guy can compete, go in the ring, and, well, you might hate him. Everyone in the AWF and TIF certainly does. But these fans, there are some that, they see themselves in Carom. They see themselves as a disruptor of the system. And it's whatever the fuck that might mean, guys. That's their words, not mine. These are what I've heard from the fans. Do not quote me and think I condone anything that this guy does. This guy... Like Kay said, I shouldn't root for anybody.
It seems to me that Carom has appropriated that philosophy of TIF. Yeah, TIF fans feel like they're the new kid on the block. Yeah, TIF feels like they've got something to prove. But Carom, this guy is a prick. He's got nothing to do with that. All he wants to do is be liked by everybody because he thinks he deserves it.
Partner now.
Oh.
Unfamiliar with this tune.
Now, who the hell did Carom convince to team with him? After what he did to Choco?
Whoa! Wait a minute!
And that is not who I was expecting whatsoever.
After over a year off and absent, his last match in pro wrestling, February of last year, Arts is heading to the ring, and wait a minute, Pitch BK, it's real. The AWF's, oh my God, he's back.
Brazil's golden boy, Arts, is back. But my thing is, we all know and love Arts. Arts is a phenomenal professional wrestler, even a better human being outside of the ring. What the hell is he doing with a sanctimonious a-hole like Carom?
Well, look at Arts. Last time you saw him, he has certainly been hitting the ink shop.
Hitting the gym. He looks in great shape.
And I will have to say, Kay, I'm intrigued as to if he's here for long, or is this just a one time he's going for the tag titles. He must be here for long. Arts, believe it, he's a former AWF World Tag Champion with the League of Nations, but now is trying to help Carom, and there's Trey John. Oh my God, Trey just decapitated Carom. Arts, big drop kick to Jesus, Sadistic, and Rib-Bas and oh whoa, what the hell is going on? It is a car crashing derby here in Dallas. A monster truck rally with the Devastators and Rib-Bas.
We're going to have trouble making sense of everything, but we assure you folks we will try our best.
Cobra kick! Rib-Bas and Jesus with a combo move on Sadistic, down one, no.
Mauling the Devastators, or at least one half in Sadistic, and Trey looking to help his brother as Carom now grovels in the corner.
And Sadistic, again, a rare time of seeing the Devastators get truly knocked down. Sadistic's in the corner recouping while Trey goes at Rib-Bas. Arts and Trey go at Rib-Bas together while Carom now gets some hits.
Agent A, there are 3 different degrees of relationships between the tag teams in this matchup. We have Carom and Arts, which I don't know.
Whoa, what a freaking suplex from Rib-Bas!
If they've established a friendship since Arts has left the Actionz Wrestling Federation, maybe since as Arts now with the nice power driver on the outside.
Pouring a big drop kick.
Sadistic with the drop kick. And you have Jesus Rib-Bas, obviously good friends for many years, but Sadistic and Trey are twins. And I cannot...
brothers. There is no connection. I was going to mention that. Didn't get the chance to do their entrance. There is no connection like those two in the AWF. And that even furthers why I think they would benefit from getting off the leash of Blitz. If there is anyone that can withstand the wrath of the Decepticons and live to tell about it, it's those two.
Well, you and I may consider it a leash. I'm not sure if they think that at all. I mean,
Rib-Bas, look at how hard Rib-Bas is. Whoa.
We obviously can't get into the head of the Devastators. I'm not sure if they have much of
Spanish fly to arts.
a brain beyond violence to begin with.
We can get an interview with the two.
Interview. I'd rather drag my back through a bed of
Oh man,
glass.
Rib-Bas is getting jumped by the Devastators as we speak. A 1-on-2 scenario, and Carom inserts himself. Sadistic didn't see Trey behind him, and I didn't see Carom behind. Oh well, those two took down.
And that's gonna be an equalizer. It's gonna be that bat. And not in the hands of the Devastators. You don't want that to happen at all.
Look at Arts. Arts was going at Jesus. Jesus is down, and a big ass boot is gonna sit down Arts. Carom going at. Look at this. Sadistic.
T-Rex like drop kick from Sadistic.
Arts. Oh man, Arts power bombed. Ringside cover, and no, say Jesus stopped the cover. For what reason? And Trey, of course, would be pissed off about that.
Sadistic.
Man.
6'8", 330 pounds.
Is muscling around Carom inside that ring. Right there goes. Missed moonsault. Missed badly. Arts. Everyone is trying to take down Trey, and he just did. Big super kick from Arts. Oh man. Carom runs off the body of Sadistic. Doesn't work out. 2. Oh! Trey is gone! Trey is gone!
Oh no,
Arts eliminates Trey!
And what a hell of a way to make your re-debut.
And Arts. Sadistic is beside himself.
With another pump-handle power jumper. Well, he's got to get...
Trey just yelled, get back in there!
He's got to get his head back in
Dear Lord! The twins trying to rally together. Sadistic with an emphatic message from his brother. Get back in there. Let's see what he does with it. He is a one-man band now. Everyone else has a partner. Drop kick from Sadistic to Carom. And it was Carom who interrupted and disrupted Sadistic's opportunity from breaking a pin cover. Good unison from Arts and Carom on the tag work. And oh man, Emerald Flosion. It's a lapis flosion in the hands of that guy. It's Carom out of the cannon like DK.
You know, Carom is the kind of man who believes that everything that happens to him in his life is his destiny. That he's destined for greatness. That every time he strays away or every time he gets a loss, it's the cards messing with him. It's not because
whoa.
he deserves it.
Big drop kick to the back of Carom.
Oh my God! And Rib-Bas crashing into the steel steps.
Arts. Like you said it, this guy came back yoked and oaked.
Oh, and a power driver for the big Viking.
I think that's sayonara, as they call it in Japan. No, it's not.
At least not for Arts.
And Sadistic runs top turnbuckle now. Here is a big drop kick. Missed. Flails badly.
And now Rib-Bas is going to take advantage, but Sadistic's still in this one. I'm surprised Carom still has his arms attached to him.
And here, Arts.
Oh, and a nice power bomb on the outside. Here we go. Sadistic with one of his own.
And here's Carom now getting... Oh, look at this. Oh, Sadistic. Sadistic is trying to choke out Rib-Bas of all people. And ill-advised maybe, but that's all he knows. He is a... Oh, look at Rib-Bas floating around. DDT!
Carom with the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out
from Jesus. But now
look at the other side.
Going down. 2. Oh my goodness! The Devastators were almost out of this matchup. And that's a Brazilian destroyer, Jesus. Cover to Jesus now for the elimination. 2. Jesus seeing more life. We've seen Jesus be hard tested against Kenneth Kilgore. We know what he can do one-on-one. And in tag work, he's also very, very capable.
Jesus is incredibly resilient.
And now it's Sadistic is choking the life.
That's what makes
my God. Sadistic just choked the life out of Carom. Carom eliminated from this Actionz tag matchup.
Could not have happened to a better person.
Now Rib-Bas is down and Rib-Bas is out. Arts eliminates Jesus while Rib-Bas gets powerbombed by Sadistic. It's down to these 3 men representing their team solo dolo. Sadistic with some fiery combo that Arts just got the hell out the way of.
I have to say, even though this is Art's first match back, he is the evident and objective underdog. Because you got 2'6'8" behemoths who are obsessed with nothing but inflicting pain and punishment.
And Arts might just have to be a sneaky guy, use what's under the ring, and to his advantage, but no, he is flying in there. No weapons, pure hands, running right in there, and doesn't give a damn. Sadistic getting thrown aside. Oh no, Sadistic's gonna beat him to the chase.
Arts has to float like
a slap it out of his hands!
And he's gotta sting like a bee.
Oh
my god, he might get squashed like a bug. Oh!
A German suplex. Hey, Rib-Bas narrowly avoiding trouble. It's a big clothesline.
And another one. Sadistic, proving why he's earned that moniker here on Warhead Wednesday. Here goes the stop sign. Pure metal, folks. And Arts almost learned the hard way, but a nice chop to the chest. Floor Sadistic.
Now.
What is it? Oh my god. Oh, earth-shattering double suplex.
That's exactly the type of thing Arts is going up against. Even the two biggest guys on the yard teaming up to slam you on a freaking... I mean, his leg hit the microphone there as he slips back into the ring.
I never even considered that reality, but it's one that's possible. What if both these guys don't destroy each other, but decide to destroy the smaller competitor in the matchup?
When Rib-Bas is bleeding, we see the blood profusely going out of his head as there's a cover now down. One, no, and a kick out.
Something in me tells me that he wouldn't have it any other way, Janae.
No,
look at this.
Oh,
the power! The strength!
Arts, good maneuver. Good game. It's not exactly a maneuver, but you get what I mean. And here now.
Sometimes the only wrestling move you need is a stop sign to the head.
And don't forget that Dallas street fight we have later. And also up next, the final men's elimination chamber slot. PK versus Goulash. Maybe PK will be doing double duty at EC Chamber if he has it this way. But he's going up against a literal titan as well. A women's battle royal for the last chamber slot as well. Before the Dallas street fight between Crimson Cobra and Mamba Ant. But right now, Arts is getting choked out. That's not even choked. He's trying to... That's comedic what I just saw. Comedic. Good lord. Rib-Bas.
Here we go.
Look at this Rib-Bas.
Big bulldog out of the corner.
And as for what it's worth, Rib-Bas might be, giant in size and whatnot, a massive competitor. But he, as much as Sadistic, is maybe one of the better technical wrestlers in the game as well. And
there's nothing technical about that. That is just dropped on your head. You might have a concussion for the rest of your life. Oh, and Arts with the kick out.
Is Eve's black magic still protecting him? Because how the hell is he still alive? How is he still moving? That is not the only hard hit Arts has taken this match. And now, right hand right across the face. Rib-Bas beside himself. He wanted Arts and clothesline back. Oh, back first to the stop sign.
Well, the complaints better end and the fighting better begin because Sadistic now has the table set up on the outside. And he is looking to use it.
Not in front of us, but in front of that announce table. Me and Kay are in the booth, chilling. And
and there goes Rib-Bas to the table.
Rib-Bas down and out. Knee. Oh man, no, Sadistic. Got a nose range. Missing badly. His knee just got.
That's a lot of weight, as they say. Cracked him with a megaphone. And we can hear that, obviously, throughout the entire arena.
I never cringe. I usually never cringe. That made me physically react, folks.
I was straight to the nose and mouth.
I mean, that's a human being still. I don't give a damn how tall he is. Hello? Arts? Who are you? I mean, it doesn't amount to much. Nearly doesn't amount to much. But Arts just ran body to body with Rib-Bas.
He's here to prove that he belongs in this current AWF roster. A lot has changed.
Arts because you're not calling for a steroid test now, are you? Lord, cover and for the win. Arts back up. 1, 2. Walking away. Arts is not eliminated, folks. He's just walking away from the carnage. That is why not let the two biggest trees take each other down. Rib-Bas, that devastating DDT. Sadistic avoids it with a clothesline. To think about this is kind of the beauty of Actionz tag, but this is a tag team match that is essentially just evolved into a triple threat, and it's still for the contention of the AWF World Tag Titles. look good. Oh my God. These two have been trading, muscling around each other, and it is ridiculous watching.
Absolute bombs the entire night.
How much can either one take? How much can Arts take? I know everyone's probably counting him out as the one that's going to get eliminated first if they had to pick one. I mean, but he can, quite frankly, put out that to rest. A huge arm drag. And Sadistic. Sadistic's up high again. Up high again.
Watch the Devastator.
Maybe learning from his mistakes. So Arts knew the steel. Oh! He turned it on Rib-Bas.
Crashed and burned into the steel steps. And now Sadistic
is not letting these two go at each other. He's trying to take the glory for himself. And he wants to choke Arts out with his hands like he did Carom.
What a dragon sleeper. He's going to wrench Arts' neck off.
Reeling, and even if there was a rope to grab or was a way to get out, he couldn't do it. And Sadistic, he feeling the grip slipping out, and he goes for something much more devastating, much more life-ending, and no...
But Arts scouted it, kicks to that leg, trying to... swat down the big man, and he does.
And Sadistic, back to his feet, not really. Arts covered, 1, 2, kick out.
And a kick out somehow. By one half of the Devastators. Arts is learning just how tough, just how damn impenetrable and invincible.
And he's, again, Arts has not, at least not wrestled a television match professionally since his departure in the AWF, and there, well, a big German suplex.
This is hell of a first match to come back. And honestly, the opponent as well. There's a nice lariat, turns Rib-Bas inside out. Arts, whoa, hold on.
Did he just... Sadistic was frozen, and who wouldn't be?
And if you don't understand that, if you don't understand sign language there, that means zero fear. Oh!
And Rib-Bas getting power bombed, and Sadistic is sick. So you can see Sadistic looking with like he has rage in his...
Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
What was that I said about Eve's magic?
Who might have expected that?
Is there dark arts within arts? He just sent flames at Sadistic's face, and there's a drop kick for his troubles.
And I don't think you need to see all that well to see that there's a man in front of you and you want to drop kick his chest in.
And here's Rib-Bas, right hand, big
nice
super kick
from Arts.
And Arts still getting the ire of Sadistic. He is dragging him over Rib-Bas, straps him back down, and is going to choke Arts bloody out. Arts is finally put to bed.
And Arts...
And no, here's Sadistic.
Tapping out, but who can blame him and who can shame him after that performance?
Both Carom and Sadistic tapping. Jesus tapped. I mean, I don't know if he tapped on it. He was in the middle. Two people tapped to Sadistic. Rib-Bas, Jesus pinned by Arts. And now, oh man.
That Dragon Sleeper is a hell of a maneuver, especially coming from the arms and the torque that Sadistic can generate.
And Rib-Bas is now the one trying to avoid that. He did earlier, but now that it's a one-on-one match, it is exactly what it is. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Oh, my.
Oh, what a wicked powerbomb. The back of the head of Rib-Bas ricocheting off the steel steps. I don't care how much of a Viking you are, that's going to put you down.
And there's several kicks.
And now Sadistic is goading Rib-Bas. This is not a smart strategy whatsoever. You do not want to get this young man upset.
And there's several slaps to the face.
Striking the flesh and the European uppercut now. Sadistic feeling himself. The Devastators have the World Tag Team Championships.
No, come on now.
In their front view.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, look at that. Whoa, hold on.
1, 2,
I guess it's
3.
legal. I guess it is legal.
Sadistic being Sadistic. After all of the energy he exuded in that matchup, he finishes the match with the leverage on the heel, legs on the ropes. Doesn't even matter after all of that.
I said in the openings of this matchup, I don't think that the Devastators have much of a brain for anything else but inflicting pain. But that right there, Engineer, and I think you will agree, was a rare moment of smarts from the Devastators.
So yeah, now again, imagine this. It was Trey that yelled at his twin brother, "Get back in there." Trey was Sadistic was beside himself when he couldn't stop the elimination. But Trey rallied his brother back up into it, and The Devastators stand tall. We have more AWF Warhead Wednesday up next. See, I said it right this time, guys. And it is PK versus Goulash. Again, we have more up next, more insights, and more on the superstars up next. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AWF Warhead Wednesday. I told you we're going to have this scoop on the superstars, more on them in a minute. Right now, we have the unfiltered one, Panos K versus Goulash for the men's elimination chamber. This is the final slot in there. Competitors like Sean Sunny, Burnick, AJ Eros, CJ Speed will be in that chamber, mixing it up, and Goulash and PK will be punching their name on the way there. Here you see it. And again, this, folks, is for who is going to get their world... Oh, how could I forget? CM Low. Going to be in there. And again, potentially so any of those 6 men could be... Any of these 6 men, 7 or 8, could give it taken it not a 6 yet, could be going to End of Days to choose either Mo Game or Kenneth Kilgore. Could be Blitz. Dear God, by next month it could be Blitz. Point is,
the way that Kenneth Kilgore has been speaking, I don't think that Blitz is gonna wait till next month. Is what I'm saying. Those comments definitely were inflammatory.
And I would. Well, no. Those two are not gonna wait long. Point is, it could be either Kilgore or Blitz, and either one of those is a high hill to climb. And again, that chamber is. I would call it maybe one of the more anticipated ones in a minute, where a whole bunch of new talents, new faces that are going to get the chance to revolutionize the landscape. Is that not what the Elimination Chamber in professional wrestling is essentially all about? Well, eventually so, the old dog and old guard will die out. Well, but here's one, I guess if you want to count, he's been here for, again, nearly 3 years now. To believe it or not believe it, a former member of AK-170, mentored and been by Angela's side for the better half of 2 years now. But Angela, even smartly so, she is nowhere in sight. This is all Goulash's bidding today. Will he send PK to hell? Will PK get the upset? Which one of these two, K, do you think is getting to that chamber? Goulash, never winning a world title before, has competed for it, but has not won it.
Well, in terms of physicality, in terms of pure presence, I'd have to give the edge to Goulash. Goulash has won championships in Actionz Wrestling Federation. He's gone toe-to-toe with some of the hardest hitters we have here, namely Blitz. And I always say, in that match with the Renegade Warzone, Blitz may have survived Goulash as opposed to beating him. But we are far from that event. We are far from that match. And the circumstances here are a bit different. I think Panos K does a good job of getting people's skin, right? He does a good job in getting in people's heads. They call him the unfiltered one for a reason. He's annoying. He's like a gnat. And sometimes when you lose your temper is the best place to strike in terms of being Panos K. But I don't think Goulash is necessarily a man who's going to play to those games. You see right there, just got
PK didn't even get the chance to breathe. He got, as my partner said, steamrolled, looking like a deer in headlights. Goulash rushed over to him. Look at this.
Dragging the carcass of Panos K. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, whoa. And PK with the smarts to scout that one.
Goulash trying to get back to his feet after the misfire drop kick from PK.
I mean, Panos K also knows what it means to be successful. I mean, he's one half of the tag team champions of the world. That is an important distinction when you're here in the AWF. Goes for the cover now.
An immediate rifle up from Goulash.
Once you have that confidence, when you feel like you're rocking and rolling, things can feel smoother to you. You're less in your head when you get into the ring. And you don't want to be in your head at all when you're going against Goulash, because one mistake means you're shot to be in the Elimination Chamber. Nice double axe handle. And he's keeping the big man on the ground. This is great strategy from one half of the tag champs.
One of the slowest, paces we've seen PK at. But it might not amount to much. Wait! He was able to slip out of there. Thought it was the end of the quick little burst of hope he had in there. Oh, what an innovative way to attack the arm of the big man. Flying at him with a shoulder block.
Nice shoulder block from PK. He threw all his weight behind that one. And Goulash threw all his weight out of the ring.
That was a, rare smarts from the zombie. Makes me even think how conscious is Goulash's brain. I mean, the guy listens to literally nobody except Angela. And the fact that that's even been going on for so long, I question again, how conscious is he? Will there ever be a day when Goulash, you know, let's not for nothing, turns against Angela.
Well, I think at the very least, Goulash is a mentally disturbed gentleman. And to be mentally disturbed, you have to have a mental. So maybe there is some consciousness there, but
And wow! Oh, look at PK getting taken down from the middle rope.
I'm sure
Goulash took some
his
joy
brain
in that
is
one.
as enigmatic and monstrous as he looks on the outside. Oh, big chokeslam to PK. And to punch his ticket to the Elimination Chamber. Will Goulash
One.
put away PK? And he... Oh, my God.
He will.
Well,
Sends him to bloody hell with the choke slam. PK dead and done. Goulash is heading to the Elimination Chamber, and if I am everyone in that chamber, they might officially be questioning their choice to be a pro wrestler.
well, PK had a game
my
face on, and
goodness.
he had a good strategy, in my opinion, but Goulash seems like he has a head of fire. He doesn't want to wait for a world championship. He is taking it come Elimination Chamber.
And we have more up next, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a 5-way battle, a 6-way battle, a battle royal for the last slot in the Women's Elimination Chamber. More up next on Warhead Wednesday from AWF, from Agent A and K. Man, guys, this Dallas shit is amazing.
Mr. Kenneth Kilgore. Good evening, good afternoon.
You better have a good reason for interrupting my warm-up.
Warming up for what? Yep, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rollins and Mr. Lynch has sent me to the World Heavyweight Renegade Champion. Tell him some news. I don't know if it's good news or not. Depends on the person you are. Blitz has seen your message.
Okay.
For the love of God, crowd, please let him talk. Blitz has seen your message.
Okay.
And let me talk, goddammit, that's what I meant. Alright. He's seen your message, and he's not replying to you tonight. He is going to apply next Chaos, and he has accepted the challenge. He wants to face you this Elimination Chamber. Rollins and Lynch, they already have everything laid out, getting ready, all intricacies and such. All you have to do is sign. 5-star classic. The floor is yours.
Wow. That was worth interrupting my warm-up. I've got to give it to you. That was worth it. You know, it's funny that the weight lies on my shoulders now to accept. Because Blitz, you know me, I never back down from a fight. And the fact that you're not responding to me on Chaos, maybe my words hit a bit too hard. But Blitz, unlucky for you, if you think my words hit hard, boy, you should see my face.
Call him boy.
But Blitz, you know what? Before we get heated, I want to do something that every grown man should do. And I'm going to apologize to you because I lied earlier tonight and I'm not a fan of lying. I said to you that I'm not scared of you, which is true. I didn't lie there. But I also said that I'm scared of anyone or anything. Pants on fire. Because I am scared of something, Blitz. I really am. I'm scared of whenever the bell rings at the end of the matchup and I don't hear and still, I hear and knew. That scares me. Yeah, that keeps me up at night. I'm scared that one day the wheels will fall off this wrestling thing and I have nothing else in my life to conquer. Because this is my life. Trust me, this is everything I live and breathe. I love this sport. It's not just because it earns me money. That's great too. It's because I love making people better and I love making my locker room better. The AWF is the best professional wrestling company in the world, and I believe that in every aorta and every chamber of my heart. But what my question is, Blitz, what are you scared of? Maybe nothing. But Blitz, you are a killing machine. You are a real badass. But at the end of the day, man, you're just a dude. You're a man. You're 6'8", near 500 pounds, but you're a man. You're a big dude, but you're just a dude. And all men are scared of one thing, or at least one thing. I am itching to find out what that is. Come on, listen, Nation Chamber. There's one thing that I want you to understand. Renegade Warzone, all those years ago against my good friend Mamba, and you can put that aside. The triple threat with Tiptastic and Loaf, where you felt like the biggest badass in the land, you can put that aside. Hell, the triple threat with my band Ethan Grace, where you lost your World Heavyweight Championship, you can put that aside. Because yeah, I'm scared with the bell ringing at the end and the result being and new, but guess what? You know how I handle my fear? You know how I self-medicate? By kicking the shit out of somebody. And also, getting the shit kicked out of me. So Blitz, at Elimination Chamber, if your money really is where your mouth is, and I don't know where your mouth is because of that mask, so I hope it's all there. This will be the fight of your life. And at the end of it, Kenneth Kilroy might take that life. Thank you for your time, cameraman. What I'm warming up for? Any and everything. Because the World Heavyweight Renegade Champion stays ready. And Blitz, I hope that's true for you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Renegade Champion. K&A, back to you.
And some thunderous words from the World Renegade Heavyweight Champion. I'm Agent A, beside me is Agent K. We are live with AWF Warhead Wednesday. Our Renegade Champion might be showing signs of CTE because he thought this was chaos already. However, what professional wrestler isn't at this point? We are here in Dallas, Texas, one match away from a Dallas, Texas street fight with Crimson Cobra and Mamba Ant. That match was commissioned for and requested by Crimson Cobra, who has, in the words of him, believes that Mamba Ant has desecrated and disrespected professional wrestling. That he, even though he compliments his young grandson's ability, he allots him to the likes of a Ric Flair that said, yeah, even the dirtiest player in the game won 16 world championships. How he won those 16 world titles wasn't always honorable, and the same can be said about his grandson. And he would rather attempt to humble and check Mamba Ant than rather, again, continue to let this virus in pro wrestling continue to spread. His words, not mine. And again, Cobra has taught Mamba Ant about, not everything in pro wrestling, but a lot of things. From how to grow your own weed plants to how to lock up and do a impale and spike DDT. So that's later on tonight. But Chocolate and the rest of these ladies are now gearing up for a multi-woman matchup. The winner will be going to the Elimination Chamber. Kay, your thoughts?
I think Crimson Cobra might have missed the lesson where he taught Mamba Ant to be a good human being. Or was that Silver Viper's job? I don't know. But regardless, we have a stellar, stacked women's battle royal coming up for the last spot for the Elimination Chamber matchup. And here comes Hollywood, who has been a perennial success in the Actionz Wrestling Federation for as long as we've known her. And obviously has won the Women's Championship multiple times, has been at End of Days now multiple times. And I think Hollywood has supreme confidence going into this one, being in that position so many times before. But like we said, anything can happen. This is Battle Royal, where you must be able to watch your back, especially since so many women in this matchup have held gold before.
And here, Hollywood will be stepping into, again, a Battle Royal scenario. So not something that most of these ladies are used to competing in. The AWF doesn't really run a Battle Royal that much. So a unique circumstance for these competitors. And here now, I think this lady, people have said, has the best theme song in the entirety of the company. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. Music is, of course, it's up to opinion, but Mad Dog already gaining a fan base because of the song she picked. That's usually how it goes.
I have my children show me Deftones. Not a bad band. I'm not usually a fan of that rocker music, as the kids call it, but, it's good stuff. And I think Mad Dog, besides her music taste, is definitely a fan favorite because she's just unabashedly herself. You see the tattoos, you see the dyed hair. She's got a punk attitude.
think about this. We have the entire reason CM Punk and Drew McIntyre began fighting, essentially. So over that bracelet, yeah, this woman made that bracelet. She gave it to CM Punk because Punk inspired her, and Lord have mercy, pro wrestling history literally changed because of someone in that ring right now. And as well, making wrestling history of her own, trained by Punk and Lee in the post regards of such events, and now taking her steps. She made her rounds in the indie, did her tours, but the AWF will be her first chance to win a world championship. And here's Kyra Silva, and who the hell is she feeling like?
Well, I hope Pepsi Phil didn't inspire Mad Dog to be straight edge. That guy is the most drug addict looking sober person I've ever seen in my life.
You better hope Mad Dog doesn't hear those awful words come out of your mouth.
Well, she's too focused on the battle royal to hear me.
Anyway, here, and so Kyra Silva, you talk about, let me not mention that actually. Listen, I know she's asked me to do streams before. Maybe one day.
She has an addiction to ruin people's lives. I can say that. And I don't think she's weaning off that anytime soon. Just look at Trey Johnson from earlier tonight.
And the AWF's maybe, succubus, I think, her and Eve would be a match made in hell, but in heaven in the AWF landscape.
I don't think hell could contain them, quite frankly.
And Silva, no Trey Johnson or no partners in sight, she is going to have to strap up and get the win on her own. Has won the Divas Championship before. That World Championship eluding her. And here comes the Lady of the Hour.
Imagine if Kyra Silva would become our Women's World Champion. And that's when I really know that this promotion has hit the fan. That my karma has caught up with me. That's when I'll really be aware.
Angela, she has been on a quest of her own. She has been trying her damnedest to get AK-170 back at it and together. But the most that she has gotten is at least on good terms again with Mamba and those two have been seen, traveling up and not training together and such. Angela, does believe that she is imagine this, dear, it makes me cringe to say it. Mamba Ann has been a positive presence around her and Goulash. Whatever the fuck that means. I'm so sorry, guys. I hope you don't have your kids watching this goddamn
Positively
program.
Destructive. Positively
Isn't
annoying.
Angela also positively destructive?
I don't know what you want from me, Engineer.
I just want you to call it right. Angela's also very destructive. Isn't that a match made in hell? That's a good thing, isn't it? Well, oh my. Kyra Silva takes down Mad Dog.
You've been using that phrase a whole lot tonight, and all I have to say is this. I don't think you find a lot of people in the AWF who are a match made in heaven. It's going to be a rare occurrence. That I have to say is a nice drop kick by Angela.
Big drop kick. Back up. Another right hand.
And funny enough, Mad Dog is the only woman here who has not won a championship in the Actionz Wrestling Federation. That's because this is only her second matchup.
And Mad Dog off the ropes. Missed, and her first matchup was an attempt to get into the chamber first, and whoa!
Also hasn't had a singles matchup here in the AWF. So she's getting to know the roster quite quickly. And I'm not sure if they're going to be too keen to...
If currently she were to win this match, she's still on pace for that. And Chocolate takes out Angela. Angela's the first lady knocked out this match as Mad Dog with a toss suplex to Hollywood.
And I think that's an upset that Angela is out of this match.
No,
I think
absolutely.
A lot of people,
the only reason it maybe isn't is because Chocolate that eliminated her, but still, yeah, Angela out this quickly. She is, have to root heavily behind Goulash.
Just freshly off the Women's Renegade Championship reign.
And here, look at these two going at it now.
One can maybe blame the current champion, Nahir Robles, for killing that momentum. But what a year the Puerto Rican princess, La Chica de Hola Hola, has been having.
It's been a full 7-8 months, I believe, since he signed with the company. And Nahir Robles, she is not a rookie in professional wrestling, but if this, she is a rookie in the AWF, and she would win Rookie of the Year as of right now. She is trailblazer.
Rise to stardom, mirrored only by someone like Mo Game, if we're being honest. In terms
don't
of
let him hear that. Maybe that's why he doesn't like me here. She reminds him of oh my God, and Chocolate's gone.
I hear Mo Game doesn't like most people, which
Yeah, oh my goodness, the strength from Kyra Silva. Chocolate beside herself. The cameraman Yeah, no, I mean that guy. He's been feeling sassy today, hasn't he?
And that's the undisputed women's champion, or former undisputed women's champion, down and out, as Kyra, Silva, Mad Dog, and Hollywood are our last women in this battle royal. Imagine if Mad Dog were to beat Hollywood and Kyra Silva. That would be something. And we already seen Burnick pull up an upset.
And several laying hands. Tipville is out of this matchup. Hollywood is in there, former of Tipville USA, but she is definitely her own gun, her own woman as of now. And look at this. Silva is going to get ready to dump out Mad Dog is going to get ready to dump out Kyra Silva, and she's lifting her up over those ropes. She has a real shot.
And Hollywood isn't helping at all. She's just watching Mad Dog, perhaps lying in wait, and she was.
As that cameraman stalking around ringside and trying to get the best angle in it. And oh
she's
my
got
goodness.
An angle of Mad Dog getting face planted. Oh my god.
And Silva now. Silva back up to her feet. Silva might still be the favorite in this matchup. She is, you might not like it, she is like the Rhea Ripley of this company. She's towering. She towers over the rest of the roster in a way most women usually don't. And the only person I think taller than her is Mystery. And here,
Since Rhea Ripley of this company has never been a good thing. I can tell you that right now.
Rhea's been a good person before.
Yeah, before.
And here's Silva getting ready to send Hollywood back to New Orleans, perhaps. Hollywood staying and clinging on for dear life. Mad Dog also going to just chill and sit back.
Returning the favor. I mean, the old cliche goes, is every woman for herself. It's Kyra Silva now over the top rope.
And Hollywood maybe not looking at the bigger picture, as she's going to instead set Mad Dog up against the ropes. Mad Dog now getting ready to get chucked out the ring.
Trying to take out the rookie here. And Kyra Silva's helping now. Perhaps veteranship allying against...
Whoa, Mad Dog, no!
The less experienced Mad Dog. And somehow she is fighting...
Wow! Look at her go!
Persisting.
Two ladies could not take Mad Dog out. I don't think I've ever seen such tenacity before from any competitor in this company. A right hand to Hollywood. Lifts Hollywood high in the sky. Go to sleep. Combo. German suplex. Hollywood down and out, but Kyra Silva just go away. No, she is not down and out. Hollywood ever so back to her feet. Like we've said, Hollywood is the most battle-tested in this match. You want to talk about a favorite, Silva exists, but Hollywood still has the experience, still has the success to warrant being a favorite. Oh man, that's a powerbomb. That's one powerbomb.
I thought Hollywood was going to hit that base 619. Instead, Kyra Silva is imposing her will. The trio of powerbombs. Mad Dog, rear waist lock. Silva had other things in mind. And again, this is much like that Actionz tag, really devolved into a triple threat match. So we're seeing all three of these women. Oh my goodness, what a powerbomb.
Gigantic powerbomb. Kyra Silva, no way.
No
way! Kyra Silva just took flight in a way I didn't know she was capable of.
A freaking spiral tap from halfway across the ring. Now.
And Hollywood could be out for good. That's
look at this.
Disrespectful.
Usually
is what
you
it
see
is.
Hollywood employ a maneuver like that. She just got tossed out of the ring on the military press.
It's down to Mad Dog. It's down to Silva for the last slot. Who was going to be in that chamber? Mahir Robles must be watching intently as the last competitor, one of the last 5 competitors for her title, will be decided right now.
Neither woman has won the Women's World Championship, the illustrious prize here in the Actionz Wrestling Federation. For Mad Dog, it's only going to be her 3rd match if she manages to knock off Kyra Silva here tonight.
And here we've seen quick champs before in the company, but that will be a rise like no other, a chamber win. But no,
turnaround.
It seems like Kyra Silva is...
Oh, and Silva!
You've never heard an arena get quieter. Wow!
Dashes the dreams of Mad Dog almost instantly.
That, again, like I said, folks, this arena turns sour, and there go the boos.
And this means that Kyra Silva is just one step closer to becoming our reigning women's champion.
And we have more up next. It's the main event. Agent A and K, we have more up next on Warhead Wednesday. It's been a blast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. It's the Dallas street fight between Crimson Cobra and the ace, Dr. Green Thumb, Green Haze, whatever the Mamba Ant. It's a false count anywhere matchup, and it is gonna be, I don't think, at any bit a wrestling match. This might be the only fight on the card, folks.
I don't even think it would be a fight. In my opinion, this is just gonna be corporal punishment. It's gonna be teaching that boy a lesson, baby, in the words of the great Dusty Rhodes. As Crimson Cobra has rubbed shoulders with him as well as many other greats in professional wrestling. Greats who he feels like Mamba Ant is disrespecting by being the way that he is, and not necessarily, that's not speaking to him as a professional wrestler, right? Because Dusty Rhodes love to get down and dirty with the best of them, but it's as a character, as a human being. How does he treat other people? You know, the older folks, they love a good person. They love a kind person, right? Nothing's about to be too kind in this match. I can tell you that right now.
Mamba has been anything but kind. Cobra, as I mentioned, has taught the boy a bit of things and such. It was Crimson Cobra that had the first homegrown weed plant that Mamba Ant saw, and dear Lord, I guess you can blame him for Dr. Hayes. You can blame him.
And it was all downhill from there.
You can blame him for the enigmatic maniac we have today, or the entirety of, not the entirety, but it was this man who wrestled in this very state way back in the 70s and 80s, way back in the 90s and such, where again, even soon his son in the 2000s would begin to come up through Ring of Honor, through other promotions and such, through the 2000s and 2010s, and then on to the Ace.
You know,
he even called himself.
It's like,
he's not the first person to be called the Ace in this company, right, guys?
You know, it's like Peter Parker getting bitten by the radioactive spider. It's like Steve Rogers getting injected with the super serum. You know, where do we all go wrong? You know, I think Crimson Cobra wishes he could go back to that moment where tiny Mamba Ant saw this weed farm and got the idea that he wants to be the kind of person that he is, that he thinks he can use his substances as an excuse to be an absolute jerk to anybody he comes across.
Oh, Lord. And Agent K putting it very bluntly, and so as the enigmatic devil, the Antichrist, walks up and he is staring daggers into Crimson Cobra. Staring, again, Cobra walking up to the apron.
Here we go.
Mamba Ant continues to stare daggers at him, steps into the ring.
And here we go.
Oh, well, I think Ant did too much looking and staring.
Not waiting for any ceremony before the bell rings. Here we go, a Dallas street fight right in the heart of Texas.
And Cobra trying to hopefully steer his grandson back to a right path, if with a victory on his side, of course. I don't know how that would maybe just beat him into him. It is possible, but I mean, if nobody has done it at this point, after 10 world championships, the hell does Cobra think he can add to the party as Cobra gets dumped aside and kip up? And that is the type of stuff that I haven't mentioned just yet in the matchups. I didn't get the chance to, but I don't believe Cobra has ever faced someone like Mamba, and he's faced him in tag matchups, yes, in multi-man matches. But one-on-one, Cobra has never faced someone that flew around the ring quite like he does.
Well, that's the thing about different generations. Of course, you had your Ricky Steamboats and you had your Tommy Riches. But guess what? Mamba Ant is a far cry from those two men. The things that he can do in the ring, we haven't seen in professional wrestling maybe even 5 or 10 years ago. He's innovative. He really is a creator of offense.
Top of the ring, the LED post there, and he kicks back up to his feet. This, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 week now, only a couple weeks now until Elimination Chamber, where, we have seen that the Gladiator will reply to the 5-Star Classic Next Chaos, and their matchup will happen on that day of the Chamber. And oh my goodness, Ant running Cobra's head right off the ring post, as here in this main event, this familial war in Dallas, Texas, roars up. An uppercut, and unable to be sat down, he gets right back to his feet and then gets knocked off the apron. Cobra letting his body fall flat dead.
But the one thing I will say that has never really evolved in terms of professional wrestling, and it's a good thing, is the violence that good old Southern wrestling brought to the scene. And if there's anyone who's a proponent of that, it was Crimson Cobra.
And Cobra, to his credit, kept his grimy work in that wrestling ring. I mean, he had to get down dirty to win with the dirtiest in the game. And oh my goodness.
So here we go.
And continuing to dance in that ring while his grandfather waltz out a ladder.
Yeah, I think you want to pay attention. I'm not sure if having an impromptu dance contest is what you want to do right now.
He's trying to egg. Oh my goodness. This does it. What bounds does he have? And Ant
here we go.
Takes control of the matchup.
Face first goes Crimson Cobra.
And Cobra now. Ant rests aside the. Oh! The trash can flying with a forearm of arm across the face. Cobra elbows, left elbows to Ant. And this, no title on the line. As I mentioned, folks, this is just straight, pure malice. Mamba Ant doesn't have anything set up and booked for the Elimination Chamber. As of right now, it's going to be the first pay-per-view in the AWF history without that guy present. And here, Cobra trying to choke the life out of Mamba Ant.
Somehow, some way, I feel that Mamba Ant is going to find a way to stick his ugly head into that entire business that will be Elimination Chamber. But maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe he doesn't survive this affair with Crimson Cobra.
And here, Cobra, he has it his way. Mamba Ant won't be walking by the Elimination Chamber. We'll still be in a hospital rethinking life choices. But Ant is going up against not the oldest, but the second oldest competitor in the AWF. The oldest being allotted to Amanda Storm at 61, almost 62 years of age. And here, rights and lefts between these two. No one given a single ounce of footing yet. And Ant, Cobra doesn't even swing again. Ant wanted more, but Cobra, no! Mamba Ant is in the landing zone, in the crash zone!
Oh, no!
Mamba Ant!
They didn't do that in the territory.
The smile on his face. Oh, man, he stopped it. Oh, my, no, come on, man.
And here we go. The Antichrist is pleased, is thrilled to deal damage to his own grandfather. Look at this.
And there, Cobra powerbombs on through the ladder. He is down. He is out. Cobra, the original Dr. Hayes, is being put, is belt to you-know-what right now. Old dog meet new dog. And oh man, several left elbows right there. This, sort of a dream match for Southern Wrestling fanatics happening right here on Warhead Wednesday. But will K have a happy ending? Because I haven't even seen the matchup. I stated how old this guy is. Cobra, even if Ant wins, he's not beating Cobra at his finest. He will never get the Cobra at his tip-top will. I do thoroughly think Crimson made a mistake even trying to step foot still in a one-on-one capacity. No. For this very reason!
Oh, that was the back of Cobra's head ricocheting across the steel to... I
don't know, and he still was able to kick up and see life. I mean, I respect Crimson Cobra. I respect what he's done for professional wrestling. But part of it, I mean, don't you want your legacy to go on with a good note and not be killed in a fire?
Well, see,
not like this!
Oh
again!
My gosh!
Mamba Ant!
The thing is, Crimson Cobra's legacy in some way is upheld by Mamba Ant. And the reason why he feels like he needs to teach this kid a lesson is because he's been disgracing that legacy.
And back in, Ant is trying to fight back and no!
And World Championships. No one's saying Mamba Ant hasn't been successful. But the way he goes about them, as my partner adds, is a nice DDT.
The original. Man! The original Viper DDT is not enough to thwart the 10-time world champion, but Cobra firing back up.
Backbreaker lariat combo. Is this enough to put away Mamba Ant in the Dallas Street fight?
Nearly was. I thought it was just a cover to take away endurance, but it did almost get Cobra the win. You see CJ Speed recently get a win off something, a drop kick in the middle of a fatal four-way that involved Mamba Ant. I do think we are seeing him begin to slow down. Again, he's continuing to be very reckless in his style. You see him throwing his body to the wind. He's gotten the better of it that time, but sometimes he doesn't. He has crashed and burned more than enough recently. And here, Cobra is going to get flung off the ropes. Mamba Ant, high. Doesn't even add some extra sauce. He just lets
Cobra falls down. Cobra evades the ring. Ant, no, doesn't leave the ring. He escapes. Cobra back in. No count, ladies and gentlemen. It's false count anywhere. Not something we see often.
Oh, here comes the tables appeasing the fans.
And Ant as well getting the ladder.
Table, trash, and ladder. The ingredients to a recipe of disaster.
Steel chair to Cobra's head. And then his torso.
It was right between the eyes.
And now, and Ant swinging away.
Whoa!
Launching a chair.
Whoa! He got the referee on that one.
And Mamba, and that could have been intention. Cobra just tanked pure metal being thrown at him. And Mamba Ant is down and out, trying to find himself out of harm's way. But Cobra stalks right over him, ready for more damage.
That was a loose test press for you fresh-faced daisies. Yeah. Real old school.
Whoa!
Crimson Cobra! That's a bad drop zone!
Thrown onto the ladder, his leg hitting pure metal! I mean, Mamba Ant, come on.
This is awesome, the fans chant.
Oh, that diving headbutt!
I'm not sure if he got all of that one, but he might get all of this.
No, whoa.
Revving it up.
Come on.
Uh-oh. It's
you son of
a sweet chin
and
music.
He's right back up and up to his feet, flying at Cobra. And I think Ant knows what he's doing with that little sweet chin. And when do we ever see him do that now? As maybe a subtle shot to his brother, his old buddy for over in TAF at the moment, is Cobra picking his grandson up and chucking him aside, almost went through the table. I think even Mamba Ant doing that little call out to show KO shows his mindset in this match. He's not focused. He's focused on something, but it's not the right damn thing.
Well, we saw Show KO with a super Grand Central Slam is what we called it. So I'm not sure if it was meant to be antagonistic, but all I can say is Mamba Ant certainly has things on his mind that are not defeating Crimson Cobra in this Dallas street fight.
And, oh my, there. Crimson Cobra can't say the same. He just thrashed. Oh my goodness!
Here we
Wow! He's up! Mamba Ant missed the punt kick, but got sat right back down.
And a hell of a clothesline from the bigger, stronger Crimson Cobra.
And Cobra is going to send Ant flying, and not much Ant can do against that.
A nice elbow, and now Cobra looking to take the boot right to the mush. Mamba Ant avoids it.
Big chop. And a tight lockup into the corner.
That table is there ominously, and that's why
it's no longer ominous, K. We know why.
In this arena has just picked up as Mamba Ant.
There's a right hand. Wait a minute, Mamba Ant.
Uh-oh.
Mamba Ant has Cobra
That's your grandfather. That's your grandfather. Don't do this.
And it's adjustment through flame, through a flaming Birthing table. Mamba Ant taking out Crimson Cobra, and it's over. Wait a minute.
Toss it to the wind. Oh my God. Hold on.
Has something to say.
Pops.
Walking.
Pops.
With an intent of business.
Pops.
Oh my goodness. For one of the first time in years, father and son are going at it in his ring.
He flew all the way from Japan
to try and get into this matchup. But those flight miles might be in vain. Mamba Ant is seeing red, and it ain't from the haze. That is with rage, with evil intent. He is one on TS and an RKO.
He just RKO'd his damn father. He just RKO'd his own father.
And now Cobra went for one of his own. Power slam. He is fighting his own family. There is no title on the line. There is nothing on the line to warrant this.
Far from being a whippersnapper, Mamba Ant is showing just how disrespectful he can be, how low the road he can take.
And Viper thrown into the corner. A right hand from Cobra, or to Cobra. Ant is trying to take control of... This is not a handicap match. Cobra is the opponent.
Wait a minute, Viper
no.
Is this?
From the middle rope. For the top
It is.
turnbuckle!
Not like this. Welcome to prime time off the top rope.
Silver Viper! Down and out. Wait, no, and Viper's to his feet. And continuing to injure his leg and throws Viper out the ring.
And again, Viper is not a legal competitor in this matchup. But guess who is?
Cobra
That
finally
man
having
right
enough.
there.
Finally having enough.
And attacking the bleeding, it looks like temple maybe, of Mamba Ant. As now he's reaching for help. But no one's gonna help him.
no!
Uh-oh. Welcome to high time.
Oh, welcome to high time.
Look
And
at all the
this might
carnage
be
and clutter in the middle of that ring. 2, 3.
a travesty. A bloody damn travesty.
And Mamba Ant
Losing
showing
his fucking mind.
just how ruthless he can be to any person, especially those who share his blood.
You heard the term ruthless aggression. That was ruthless stupidity. There was no gold. There was nothing on the line but a
I'm
pure
not
moral
sure if Mamba
lesson.
Ant reached and understood the gravity of his actions here tonight when he could have taken a lesson from Crimson Cobra. He could have been sat down by a wrestling legend, much less his grandfather and his father, who was a former multi-time world tag team
And
champion.
who knowing father? My goodness,
But instead, his ego, Agent A, those 10 world
He's taking a
championships,
goddamn
he's
bow.
taking a bow. He truly believes that what he did here tonight was something
He's-
special.